Welcome back to the fields of Perthshire in bonny Scotland. It's quite a nice day today, and don't adjust your sets. It is still me, it's just a different hat. Unfortunately the dog ate one of them, and the other one, the dog's kind of partly attacked, so it needs to go into the wash. So different hat today, but same person. I am back to my, well, not quite full fitness, but I'm getting there. And what better way to get a bit of fresh air than to walk about in a ploughed field and probably regret it in a few hours' time. But I'm going to go canny, as we say in Scotland. I'm going to take it easy. I'm not going to overdo it. And maybe I'll do a few hours, maybe I'll only manage half an hour. You never know. But time is ticking. This field, can't believe it's not been planted yet, but I'm sure it's coming sometime soon. So I'm going to make the most of it while I can. And before I go anywhere, 24,000 subscribers. So welcome to the new subscribers, and thank you for your incredible support. So let's go and see if we can find some buried relics or coins, or maybe some ancient treasures. This field's produced all sorts: hammered, medieval, a Bronze Age item, a few Iron Age items, a couple of Roman coins as well, so pretty much anything is possible. So enough chat for now, let's go and see what we can find. Again, as ever, I'm on programme 3, sensitive, full tones. I've got the 13-inch coil, which is probably my go-to at the moment if the ground's quite level, just gets a lot better coverage. And right here I've got my first diggable target. I've only been going for 3 or 4 minutes at the most. '85, '89, it's a bit squeaky. Probably going to be aluminium, but I always dig the first hole. Well, so far no great big tin cans. It could be something smaller. Let's go off to a flyer. That is it. What is it? Well, it's a bit of lead. It is a bit of lead. Well, so much for aluminium. I think it's a bullet or a musket ball. It's kind of malformed. But yeah, it's definitely lead, and it's definitely some sort of projectile from a gun. I don't think it's particularly old though, probably less than 200 years I'm guessing, but it's a start. And just 1 minute later, we're in with another digger. I should also say this is the field where Martin found that big, what we think is a medieval silver cross as well. There is an iron target, but there's also something non-ferrous there. And it's still somewhere down there. Sorry, this will be a bit bouncy, hope it's worth it. Well, I tell you what, we might have silver on the second hole. I've got my pinpointer out, but I don't need it. Look at that right there. It is indeed. That is a silver coin. You absolute beauty. It didn't even sound like a silver coin, it was only an 80. But then again, if it's George the 5th, it's only going to be 50% silver. But still, well, it is George the 5th, and I think it's a sixpence. And it is indeed a sixpence. My God, the amount of silver coins that the XP Days 2 can find is just unbelievable. 1935, 4 years before the outbreak of the Second World War. Well, for the United Kingdom at least. 6 pence. 1935, brilliant. So we've got the oak nuts, as I once famously called them. Oh damn, what are they actually called now? They're not called oak nuts, they're called something else. Oh my god, I've forgotten. Right, okay, I'll come back to you on that one. But it is George V, so he was on the throne from 1910 until 1936, so he died within a year or so of this coin being minted. Excellent, what a start. What a start. What are they called? Oak what? Oh my goodness. Right, I'll come back to you. You're all going to be laughing at me. Sorry. I've just had silver not 2 minutes ago, and I think we could have coin number 2. $87, $88. Definitely within the realms of a penny, and it's not a penny, because that is a great big tin can. Ah, well, it did sound slightly tinny. Now that I think about it. What an idiot. I figured it out. I refused to go on Google. Acorns. Not oak nuts, acorns. So there you go. God, I think that took me 10 minutes to figure that out. I've been racking my brain. But we've got another digger here. $83, $84. Again, plenty of targets coming up. Plenty of targets. So I'm 10 minutes in, 12 minutes in, something like that. We've already got silver on the second hole, so I don't know what's going on here. I'm going to turn you off if it's not out, and I'll need to... I don't know, what's that? It's another deep tin can. It is... damn it. Oh well. A possible little eyes only find, just shimmering on the surface, and I think it is. I think it's a bead. It is. It's a little glass bead. Yeah, I've had a few little beads recently. Maybe you just get your eye in for them, and then suddenly you get more and more of them turning up. Oh, slippery. Feels like it's made of glass, and it doesn't have a hole that goes all the way through though. It only has one hole right there. Let me get the little tool out and see how deep the hole goes. Then I'll give you a little close up and see. So, well, there's definitely a hole. Maybe it's more like the top of a pinhead rather than a bead, because otherwise how would you attach it to a string if it doesn't go all the way through? I did notice there's a lot of pottery in this bit. I just hit this little spell where there seems to be quite a big concentration of pottery. It all looks kind of Victorian sort of era. I'll give you a wee zoom in there. But yeah, that's quite a nice little thing, isn't it? Anyone, any ideas on dates? It's very shiny. You can see how I managed to spot it in a ploughed field. But yeah, I think it's glass. And I would guess maybe Victorian. But if you know more, then let me know in the comments below. A nice little eyes only find. This time it's a high readout, 96, 97, 99 even. Now, could be big Georgian, could be silver, could also be shallow aluminium or tin. So, well, it's an ear-blowing target now. Oh, I can see something there actually, it's green. Right here, what is that? That is green and round. And that is a thing. Let's knock the mud out it. I think it is. It's an olive, isn't it? Or a a water pipe fitting. Let's give it a wee rub on the inside just in case. It is, yeah, it's for irrigation. Pipe for joining two pieces or putting a tap on or something. It's made of brass, very heavy, which is why it gave out such a good signal, helped by the fact it's very shallow. Oh well, not particularly old, probably less than 50, maybe 100 years old at best. This one was jumping all over the place, and we've either got Goliath's wedding band or an iron ring thing. And I think it's a ring thing, but yeah, could be anything, something agricultural related. Oh well. Well, it's certainly keeping me busy with the digging. I'm only 22 minutes in, and as well as the good targets, I've had half a dozen bits of foil and aluminium that you haven't seen, or that you won't see because I'll cut them out. 86 this time, 84, 86. It's another bit of the dreaded tin can. I think we're going with lilt this time. A tropical taste. This time 87.90, and I can see it sticking out the ground. We've got a bottle top, but is it decorated or is it plain? And the answer is, it is plain, but it looks like it's off the top of a whiskey bottle. Sometimes they're decorated, but not this one. Certainly the farmers around here liked a bevy when they were supposed to be working, that's for sure. Oh well, probably 100, 150 years old at best. This one is a mid-tone, 55. Could be a button, could be a hammered coin. I doubt it, but we live in hope. Well, we're out. It's still 55, 56. It's gone a wee bit quiet recently. Oh, well, well, wait a minute. I was going to say it's a bit of junk, but it's not a bit of junk. We've got a face, or a head. Let's give it a little light rub. In fact, I'm going to go with the water because it's quite stable. So, let's give it a wee squish of water, or a scoosh as we call it in Scotland. Well, there we are. The mud is off, and it is 100% a head. Looks like they're actually wearing a helmet. So, I'll let that dry out, and I'll get back to you in a moment. It's well seen Pete isn't here, because this is the kind of thing he would have found. So what do you reckon that is? Again, it's a first for me. I haven't had one of them before. It's definitely a head. Looks like they've got a moustache as well as a fairly sizable nose, with what looks a bit like a helmet looking to the left. Is it something military? Because is that a little raised bit right on the top of the helmet? You know, that you used to get in those old-fashioned First World War era helmets, particularly the Germans. The Russians, I think, wore them as well. But it's copper, or copper alloy, and it's pressed, because look, you can see how it's been machine pressed out from the reverse, but I just don't know what it is. It's clearly a bit of something, it's broken off something. Maybe some sort of advertising, maybe some sort of manufacturer's insignia or label. I really do not know. But date-wise, I'm guessing 100, 150, maybe 200 years old. But if you know, then let me know in the comments below. It's a curious little find. Maybe, just maybe, a coin. 84, within the realms of a halfpenny or a halfpenny. I'm going to stick my neck out and say it's not aluminium because it just sounds a little too crisp, but prepare to be made to look like an idiot because it's aluminium. Well, it's a thing. Is it a thing? No, it's not. Nope, it's just a bit of aluminium. I'm definitely not going to say the C word, because every time I do, it turns out to be aluminium. So I'm just going to stay quiet and see if that helps. Oh my god, it's a massive, massive bottle top. Look at the size of that. My god, that must have been off like a magnum sized whiskey bottle or something different. But nope, no decoration. But it is a bottle top, probably 100 or so years old. That was the huge bottle top right there, and I've come down and then I'm going back across the field, and on the surface is another bottle top. But this one has got something written on it. Some letters in the middle. ICMA, I think it is. But could be more to it than that. But it's some sort of bottle top. Or is it AWDI? No, I think it's that way. So I'm going to go with ICMA. So who knows? Vaccine for animals or milk or something. But if you know, then let me know in the comments below. This was clearly the drinking side of the field. We've got another bottle top. Oh, but it looks like a decorated one. Brilliant. It's obviously because we're far enough away from the farm that probably this is where you could have a drink where the farmer couldn't see you. What have we got? There's a fair bit of writing on it. Is it whiskey? What have we got? Well, we've got Perth, Scotland. We've got established 1825. And then we have got, what does that say there? Arth something? Arthur Bell and Sons. So it was Bell's whiskey. And they were famous for the famous grouse, which was a hugely popular blended whiskey. It still is today. And they were based in Perth, Scotland. Bell's whiskey, the famous grouse, established in 1825. So almost 200 years old. They're not based in Perth anymore. They outgrew the city. But yeah, from very local. And yet another example of a whiskey bottle top. I'm guessing probably 100, 125, maybe even 150 years old. I can only assume that this end of the field must have been a dump for a local property or house or several houses, because look, we've now got Scotland's other national drink, Iron Brew. So that's a soft drink or a soda, which is famous in Scotland. It's Scotland's #1 selling drink, non-alcoholic. Yes, we do sell non-alcoholic drinks too. Is it going to be a whiskey bottle lid number 211? Or a coin? 91. Definitely within the realms of Georgian copper and also silver. But also aluminium and bottle tops. Another spade full, and then we'll get the pinpointer out. Come on, give us a coin. Ah, no, what's that? That is not a coin, that is another tin can. Darn. What we got this time? carbonated water. It's a soda. Ah, nightmare. Something charm. This one was a 5964. Didn't sound great in the ground. Took two spadefuls out and it's come out. And it is more tinfoil. It's a milk bottle top this time. Ah, don't believe it. At last, a target. Well, look at that. Shows you how desperate I'm getting. You know how much I love my buttons. But it's a 4-holer. But at least it's not made of aluminium or tinfoil. Now, is there a maker? Is not. It's Best Solid Eyelets. Best Solid Eyelet. So probably less than 50 years old, I'm thinking. Oh well. It's better than aluminium and tinfoil. Well, what do you make of this mystery object from 17 inches down? It's a banging 50, and it looks like an absolutely massive lump of coal, like a hot rock, but it's curved. See that curve going round there? So I'm wondering if it's actually a bit of some sort of pipe, maybe some kind of drainage pipe. Now this machine doesn't really pick up hot rocks, but maybe just because of its sheer size, that's how it's been found. But yeah, bizarre. Let me know what that is before I throw it in the bushes. Oh well folks, I'm going to call it time at that. I don't want to overdo it. That was almost 3 hours, which is a lot longer than I expected to manage. It's starting to spit with rain a little bit as well, so I think I'm just going to call it quits before I overdo it. But off to a great start. Silver on what, the second hole, third hole? But then yeah, just kind of went a bit wrong. There's a couple of things though I think we'll have a wee look at in the light box when I get home, so don't go anywhere. Well, not exactly the greatest of days for top quality finds. However, I got off to the ultimate start by finding this fairly battered George V sixpence, complete with acorns, yes, not oak nuts, with the date of 1935. So this would be 50% silver, and that's the reason why it's not in the best of condition. It's gone a little bit green round the edges, but still it's a silver coin and they all count. And it's strange because normally George V's, even the 50% ones, come out in pretty reasonable condition, to be honest, but this one has certainly seen better days. On the back it's not quite so bad, but still it's a silver coin, as I say. So to get that on the second hole within the first 5 minutes is a great start, but then it kind of went a bit downhill from then. I did get this very nice little eyes only find, which is a little bead. It's beautifully faceted, and what confuses me about it is the fact that it's only got one hole in it. So I don't know, maybe if it would have actually been more like an earring, maybe there was a little copper loop or silver loop that was attached there, and it was worn rather like an earring rather than on a bracelet or such like. But you can see why I spotted it, because with a little glimmer of light it's incredibly shiny. So I don't know, I guess it's probably Victorian, I'm thinking, but it's not perfectly made. You can see all the facets are slightly different shapes and slightly different sizes. Some are diamonds, some are triangular, some are square, some are 5 sides. Is that a pentagon? Some are 6 hexagon, 8 octagon, but still it's a nice little thing, and it's always good to keep your eye out for those eyes only finds. And then lastly, you always tend to get something kind of curious, and that's exactly what that is. So I'm really not sure. I think that could be representing a military person. It's like a military helmet the person's wearing, but who knows, maybe it could be a motorbike helmet or even a bicycle helmet. So if you know or recognise what that could be off of, then do let me know. But it's been pressed, so it's not particularly old. Certainly no more than 150 or so years old, I wouldn't say. But if you know what it is, then let me know in the comments below. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that, albeit not the greatest of top quality finds. But if you like what you see, then hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not already subscribed, then feel free to hit the subscribe button. And hopefully we'll see you all on the next dig. So thanks for watching and take care.